So the Jets, if Daniel Jeremiah had to choose a quarterback, he'd take Zach Wilson. He'd take the kid from BYU right now over Sam Darnold or Justin Fields. Oh my gosh. Bring the kid from BYU in. He said he'd be like Josh Allen. I'm in.
In. Yeah, in.
Count me in. And then you find a taker for Darnold. But you'd get a 2 for him. You put Darnold on the market to all those quarterback-hungry teams?
I think you could get a second-round
I
pick
think you
from
can,
him. Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that's fair.
No way.
What do you mean, no way?
A third, probably.
What are you talking about? Sam Darnold was...
For 17 weeks, you said this man is broken.
Let me give everybody the next few weeks and months from Jets fans to everybody, okay? And it's going to be, we are, hey, Jets fans, get limber. Whatever you're going to do some yoga, take whatever antioxidants to cut down on any joint pain or anything like that, or the ginkgo biloba. What is that? I don't know what it is.
Some of that ginseng.
We got to do it because we are about to contort ourselves in quite a pretzel, all right? Because on one hand, we are going to be spending the next few weeks, certainly, with a choice with Zach Wilson and what's going on with Justin Fields. And when the new coach gets hired, they're going to be asked this question. And the new coach is going to practice the whole, I just got here.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet Sam. And, we'll make that evaluation when we make it. I know it's a tough thing. He's been here for a few years. Can't give you any answers on that. That'll create a whole thing about, so the Jets are really, they've got to keep the market up in the event that they don't keep him, right? The market's got to be sky high. This is going to be this is going to be threading a needle. So the concept is this from Jets fans. And this, we would have been well practiced in this by now if Trevor Lawrence was coming, because that would have definitely happened. So in the same way that we got to move on, he's not the answer here. Same way that we have to move on, even though he's a great kid and a great face of the franchise, and it's not his fault at all. My God, it's not his fault at all. He was not supported here. He was not surrounded by the proper players. There was a coaching change and a general manager change in the middle of all this stuff. You're supposed to have all that in place when you draft a kid so you can win the Super Bowl before you got to pay him for his second contract. Didn't happen. Wasn't even close to happening. He got mono. He hurt his shoulder. He hurt his ankle. It was just terrible.
Seen ghosts.
That happened. So he's not the answer. And then when it's decided he's not the answer officially, we may not know that publicly, but when it's decided officially, when we as a fan base know and feel that he's definitely not going to be there anymore, boy, are we going to talk him up and pump him for the Heisman. He is worth everything that the Jets want. He is worth, by the time we'll have talked him back into first round status when it's all said and done.
Would these teams give up their second-round pick for Sam Darnold? Washington at 51.
Oh, we could keep going on and on
Chicago,
and on.
52. Indy,
Keep
54.
going.
Pittsburgh, 55.
Absolutely. Name them all. What are the Niners? What's the Niners' second
43.
pick? Okay, here we go. Look at him. That photograph we just showed, that was when he ran one in like he was Lamar Jackson against the Broncos. He's mobile. He's smart. He's great in the community. He's a great locker room guy. He took all the hits, took all the questions. He's a stand-up guy. He's Sam Darnold, worthy of your second-round selection in this draft, if not maybe even a 1 based on all the competition that we can create. But he's not viable for the Jets anymore.
Can he sling the rock? That's the only question that matters.
He can sling it. He can throw it. He can hand it off. My gosh, have you seen him the way he hands it off? I mean, we are going to have to just contort ourselves, and we'll have to figure out when it's time to pivot, because the Jets might actually hold on to him, and then we're going to have to come to grips. What if they hire a new coach that some of the fan base is like, what are we hiring him for? What if Doug Peterson comes in and says, we're sticking with Sam Darnold? Oh, my God.
That'd be on brand.
Oh, my gosh. Would that be something? This guy doesn't know nothing. We saw what he did with Carson Wentz. Who the hell is this guy? Philly's special my ass. That's literally what we're going to hear.
Talking playoffs?
What?
Or what? But
What?
Peterson might be that right fit to rehabilitate Sam Darnold, and you use the second overall pick to get him some more protection or weaponry, or the second first-round selection could be a guy to get somebody for him. And then the last name that DJ mentioned as a second-round wide receiver chosen in last year's draft was Mims from Baylor, who was one of the many guys, again, that was supposed to help evaluate Darnold this year, who couldn't answer the bell due to his problems staying healthy. So, there's many different ways to go. But DJ pointing out the kid from BYU is talented enough that he would take him over Darnold now out of the sake of fresh start. New GM, hiring his coach, fresh start. Here we go. And then the auction for Sam Darnold starts. And after all of us saying all year long, we want Trevor, now we're not getting Trevor. Now we're going to have, basically, Jets fans are going to become Mormons by the end of the year, by the time the draft is coming. And we're all trying to, we'll love Donnie and Marie and, Mitt Romney. And we're just going to, we love Steve Young and Brigham Young and every Young,
Angus Young.
Honestly, we'll go crazy. Like if the Jets decide it's the kid from BYU, we will go absolutely crazy. Like Utah will become the adopted state of New York Jets fans, and then it'll be, that's Darnold guy that it wasn't the answer anymore. How the hell are we not going to get a second for him? Do you know how good he is? Do you know how good he was when we had an idea about him? That's coming for Jets fans. We're going to have to really contort ourselves. Chris Brockman's news update coming up, and the actor Bruce Greenwood in hour number 3 here on The Rich Eisen Show.
Jeez, that's funny.
Bolo Young.
It's coming.
That's funny. Sean Young.
By the way, Sean Young.
Chase Young.
Chase Young would have been nice. Sean Young. Let's talk Sean Young.
In Wall Street.
Sean Young from Wall Street.
Oh.
Sean Young from Ghostbusters. Sean Young.
No Way Out.
From No Way Out.
Holler at your boy.
Oh,
well done, Mike.
Holla at your boy.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. Ace Ventura.
Clip
that, Sean. Please clip that.
Ace Ventura.
For all the Tostitos, baby.
There you go. For all the Tostitos. Yes. For all the Tostitos, baby.
You have the
Oh, yeah.
which
the Brockmeyer version of that?
Jets fans, a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll. That's your Donnie and Marie reference for the day. Here we go, baby. We're going to love everything to do with anything that Zach Wilson wants. If the Jets decide that that's the guy. And we'll see all the film. Honestly, I would bet you the average number of minutes, if you round down, that Jets fans have watched a BYU football is 0.
Not 1 second.
And by the way, I'm not talking about 2020. I mean of all time. The number of BYU football games that Jets fans have watched, average the time, and then round down, that number would be 0. Full Blutarski, 0.0.
Love it.
That
0.
That will be it.
0.0.
Thank you, Dean. That's we're get ready. It's not rational. I'm not saying it's rational. None of it is rational because we don't know the answer. Honestly, you just got to trust Joe Douglas, who I everybody tells me is a dynamite. We haven't had him on the show. I can't wait to have him. He's probably avoiding me, but the choice that you can make. Yeah, there he is. There he is, the future New York Jets star, Broadway Zach. Wait till they find out how old he is. They think he's going to be like 21.
32.
Wait till they find out how old BYU quarterbacks are. What are we talking about? What? How old is he? What, he's older than Sam Darnold? What we trade away Darnold for? Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.